Hi all, and welcome to yet another episode of my YouTube channel. My name is Monique, as you know, and this channel is all about kind of life lessons and things that, just reflections and things that can help you really lead the life that you're supposed to lead and be the person you're supposed to be. And yeah, here it goes. I'm going to jump straight in. So as you know, I read a lot of these books, I love bios, I love inspirational stories, talks, all of that stuff. And I have to talk to you about this because it's something that I've had to almost address, and something that I still address to this day, I've been addressing recently as well. And it's about creating your own story. Now, as many of us have, as I'm sure you have, I've always been an individual, right? I've always liked my own thing, my own, just my own vibes, you know, like my own style, all of that stuff. But, you know, over the years, and I think the more I've read into books and stories and bios and stuff like that, and then as social media came along, I just want to say how I just want to talk about how it's so easy to get sucked in to someone else's way. And what I mean by that is, you often, for example, you'll read this book and it's all about how to wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. is the time, this is the time you've got to wake up. Or you see someone on social media that's super successful or appears to be, and wakes up at 5 every morning without fail. They work out or whatever they do, and then you find yourself trying this method. Okay, I'm going to wake up at 5. The first day you don't really get it. The second day you wake up at 5:30. Basically, you don't wake up at 5, right? Not you, but in general. And then comes the feeling of failure and maybe guilt. And I just wanted to encourage people that, you know, every single person on this earth is unique, is absolutely and ultimately just unique. And I find that when you're like myself and you're reading all of these books and stuff, you have to almost have a sense of removal from them as well, because sometimes I get sucked into people's stories and I'm like, yes, and I almost get close to buying their products, and then I'm like, wait a second, this is not buying their products, but buying more of their books and more. And it's like, actually, you're buying into their business, and you need to focus on your own strategy. Sometimes you find yourself getting sucked in to, someone's story and thinking that you should live life the way that they're living life in order to get what they've got. But your story is unique to you. And, in regards to the 5 a.m. wake-ups, you'll see someone like Eric Thomas, motivational speaker, that says, look, if you want this, you ain't sleeping. But then you'll see someone that's ultra successful as well, like Ariana Huffington, that says, well, look, I get my 8 hours sleep a night, 8, 9, 10 hours sleep a night, and I know lots of other successful people that do. And you'll find that there's always going to be a contrast, and it's actually about what works best for you. And I find that in this day and age, everybody wants to try and repeat what someone else is doing in order to get what they've got or what they think they've got. But actually, the way to be successful, or the way to be happy, let's just forget success, the way to be happy is to actually live life on your own terms. It's actually to do things the way that you would want to do them. What if you wake up at 9 a.m? It does not matter. People say, oh, you get 4 hours ahead of time if you wake up at 5. Fine, sure. But, what if you function best at 9 a.m. and that extra 4 hours is actually equivalent to 20 minutes because you're so tired? Do you understand what I mean? So I just want to encourage you that strategy, that's the constant strategies that you're being fed left, right and centre. And this is a note to self as well, but the constant strategies that we're being fed left, right and centre are just like slight nudges, slight references, slight things that we can take and adapt. But they don't need to be your be all and end all, because you end up holding yourself to this ultra high mark or standard, but you haven't slept where that person slept every night, or had the life that they've lived, or had the parents that they've lived, or the nothing, or the influence that they've had around them. You haven't had any of, you know, you might have had a totally different life, and you're holding yourself to this bar that they've set themselves, and you're not reaching it. And what do you feel like? You don't feel successful. You actually feel like you're failing. And I want you to know that you're not failing, you're winning. The more that you can, you know, live life on your terms, the more you win. You know, the more that you can find out what works best for you, what strategy works best for you. And remember last week when I was talking about the quiet voice, that voice, which I call God, which I call the Holy Spirit, which whatever you would want to call it, your intuition, you, whatever you want to call it, that voice is what will guide you day to day. And if you can get rid of all the noise, you can create your own strategy and your own life, and actually create your own tribe of people that, you know, that appreciate your journey for what your journey was, and not appreciate your journey for how you copied that person doing this or copied that person doing that. And I'm not saying it's wrong to kind of look at someone and almost model them, but I almost am. I am saying that in this day and age, we need people that are going to be individuals. We need people that aren't going to be moved by what they see. We need people that are going to be strong in themselves and take a total right turn when everybody else is going left. And that goes for people that are on, that watch, that look at social media posts, for example. You see people doing things, even the way they run their social media, you're like, oh, she posts three outfits a day, and I only post one, or she has 700. It does not matter. Like, does it actually matter? Does it actually matter? No, because you are unique to you, and you are special, and you, I believe, you can create a strategy and a path and something that you will go somewhere that no one has gone. Your path is taking you somewhere that no other person on this earth has gone. Do you know that? And I think the sooner we realise that, the sooner we understand how unique we really are and how unique our paths really are, the sooner we start doing things on our own terms, and we stop competing with people. And also, like, isn't it weird how you find that people compete? There's people out in the world that actually compete with people that are just doing their thing. Like, these people are just living their lives, they're happy, they're doing their thing, they're living life on their own terms, and they've got maybe a person around them, or there's people trying to compete with them, and when they're paying that person absolutely no mind, you know. So don't be the person trying to compete with anyone. You know, the only person you need to compete with is yourself. The only goals you want to hit are your own goals. The only targets you want to hit are your own targets. The only strategy you want to create is your own strategy. I don't want to live my life by someone's strategy that's already lived, you know, or that's already died. You want to go straight to the source. And even the other day I was talking to my boyfriend about this, how there's all these people out there that are like inspirational speakers, motivational talkers, or like that have created these books, sorry my legs are hurting, that have created these amazing books or theories, but it's like, why don't you go straight, jump over their heads, like read their book, cool, but then jump over the head and go straight to the source. What's the psychology book that they read? What was the book about the universe and the cosmos that they read? What was the spiritual book that they read? You know, how often did they read the Bible? A lot of these people cite the Bible, you know, but how often do we actually go to the source? We always go into intermediaries, and those intermediaries have taken advantage of the sources, so why can't you? That's my message to you, is, you know, to really embrace your own journey, embrace the source, embrace your inner voice, and don't get distracted by what people are doing around you. You know, you are your own best strategist and best leader and best inspirational coach and motivational speaker, and you need to tap into that, because I believe you can do it, and I believe you can. I remember I was watching a TED talk today that said your life is your message. Like, your life, your whole life is your message to the world. And it's like, how can your life be a message to the world if your life mimics, not you, but if our lives mimic 10 other people around us? We need to create our own message and our own unique path and life, which we have. We have our own unique path. So don't go off path trying to replicate something that someone's already done. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful to you. I rambled a little bit. I hope you like my scenery. This is my lovely room, and this is my windowsill. Maybe I'll do some videos from here. in the future. But it was really nice to see you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Let me know what you want to see, who I should share this with, what I should do with these videos. You know, I'd love to chat more, and it's been great to see you. Alright, take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye.